All right, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know y'all missed my face. I know you did. But just in case this is your first time seeing my face, my name is David. I'm a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I left my job as an engineer about 6 months ago to pursue real estate full-time, which is a family business. So I'm using this YouTube channel to really just document my process. Now that I got that out the way, today we're going to be in McKinney, Texas. And you can kind of see the type of builds we're going to be looking at today. But today's homes are going to be specifically for those that are on a budget, number one, because I got a couple of comments last time. Y'all said that, hey, these houses are nice, but let's be reasonable. Like, let's find the homes that most people can afford. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be taking a look in McKinney, Texas. We're here in McKinney, Texas, which is North Dallas. Everybody, anytime I get somebody who wants to move to Dallas, maybe they're out of state, they want to come to North Dallas. They know Frisco, they know Plano, they know all the neighborhoods, they've never touched it in their life. So McKinney is part of that whole North Dallas region. The good thing about North Dallas that most people like is that they have great school districts. Now the challenge is finding an area that has a good school district that's also affordable as well too, which is why I thought this community will probably be the best one to show you guys, because you get a great school district. So even though, and I'll touch on it later, you'll get a great school district based on pricing. You can probably get down to maybe $2,600, $2,700 a month, depending on your financial profile. So we're gonna go into a little bit more detail on that today. I'm also gonna talk about the realignment as far as school districts. So it's gonna be tailored mainly to those parents that have student athletes as kids. So mainly if you're in football, basketball, or volleyball, where I'm gonna be talking about what's going on as far as school districts go, because there's gonna be some realignment that's gonna be taking place. So if you're somebody who needs to take that into consideration whenever choosing a neighborhood, you wanna probably stay and watch that part as well too. But yeah, you have a great area, safe area. You also have affordable prices, and you have a great school district. There's not really much you can ask for. So it's going to be targeting really a lot of those first-time home buyers, because these builders, they have a lot of incentives that will tailor towards you and your first-timeness or your newness into the whole real estate journey. And so I'm here to just help you out throughout the process. So feel free to utilize me as a resource. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're going to do a model home tour just so y'all see what they have to offer. And then if there's any questions or comments or concerns or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And if you'd like to work with me here in the deep state of Texas, feel free to click one of the links down in the bio, and we can set up some time to talk and see where we go. See y'all soon. Peace out. On to the next scene. Let's go. So today we're going to be heading over to Trophy Homes. Now Trophy Homes, I haven't done a lot of business with them. I actually just got my first contract with them just recently, and I thought, you know what, this was a pretty good process so far. Let me go ahead and showcase this builder to you guys as well too. Now there is a neighbor competitor builder right by, it's Meritage Homes, and I'm probably going to create a separate video for them as well too. But today we're going to be focusing on Trophy Homes and see exactly what they have to offer to make sure that it fits what you're looking for. So see y'all soon. We're going to be taking a look at the Oak plan. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. So come take a look. So we have a 2-story plan with vaulted ceilings. Now, this is the sales office, but it will be your garage. So you'll have a 2-car garage here. We'll have the toilet for the guests. So it's gonna be a half bath. You have your dining room to the right, and then you have your kitchen to the left. Has a nice sparkle quartz with the appliances. Now, All the appliances that you see here, except the refrigerator, will not be or will be included in this property. So the refrigerator will not be coming along. Now, one thing I do like about Trophy is that they've kind of stayed pretty consistent with the modern look, with the white cabinets, the gray kind of accents everywhere. I'm gonna go to the master. We have our master bedroom. Pretty spacious. I don't know about the painting. I'd probably put a TV there, but that's just me personally. But you do have quite a bit of space. You have quite a bit of space in your master bedroom. Have some nice sunlight when you're taking care of business. And then you have your stand-in shower. Now, one thing that a lot of the starter home builders will have are just regular stand-in glass showers. So I know for some people having the shower tub combination is a must. So if that's something that you're looking for specifically, reach out to me and we should be able to find something within your budget. So it looks like you're gonna have your vanity sinks, and then in addition to that too, you have some space underneath the sink as well too. A little bit more than usual. Oh, that was kind of loud. I didn't expect that. But then you have your linen closet. And then that's pretty much it for your master bedroom and master bath. Let's take a step over here. For those that are interested in the pantry size, this is going to be a pantry. So let me take a step back. So you have a decent amount of pantry space. I come from an African household, so that one may not do for us. We like a lot of walk-in pantries, so. But if this is just enough for you and the family, then there's this option. Now I know they also have a couple of other floor plans as well too that may offer that walk-in pantry space that you may need. So if that's the case, just reach out. I don't think I ever opened this up. Looks like you have some additional space underneath the stairwell. So if you want to store some items or hide somebody, probably do it there. All right, so now we're gonna head upstairs. Now, one thing I do like, I'm noticing, and I'll get up here to tell y'all, so y'all can see what I see. I know the camera only shows so much, but one thing I also like too, depending on where the sun, where the home is directed, you're gonna have a lot of sunlight coming in through this house. So I'm already counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 windows here. So that's a good amount of lighting right here. So if you're somebody that's into taking pictures, you got some good natural lighting that's gonna be coming in. Now here we have our game room, very spacious game room. Oh. sun is beating on my head though, but y'all get the point. If this is gonna be your first home, always remember that it does not have to be your dream home. Please keep that in mind, that it's not gonna have every single thing that you're looking for. So what I usually recommend to a lot of my clients are, let's say you're a couple, write down 5 things that you both specifically want, and then come together and decide which one y'all are willing to compromise on and which one are non-negotiables, and then we go from there. I think a lot of times we try and think of so many things that we have to take into account, and some of the stuff, to be honest, doesn't really matter as much, or it doesn't hold as much priority. So for a typical family, school district is probably number 1. Affordability might be number 2. And let's say sports might be number 3. So being in a good school district that has good competition because their son wants to play football or baseball, those are things that parents care about. And then let's say inside the home, let's say you want open concepts, or let's just say you want, a shower tub combination, like you must have that. Those are some things that you can put together. And hey, maybe you don't like, the regular 8-foot ceilings or whatever the case may be. I hope y'all get the point that I'm making, is that everything that you want will not be included in your first home, especially if you're here in Texas, because home prices are going up. So unless you have the money for it, it's gonna be a little bit tough to have every single thing that you want. The good thing about getting into real estate is that you can always trade up and get something else that you really like later on down the future. But always remember, real estate is a long-term game. So you wanna make sure that you have that at the forefront of your mind whenever you're looking at purchasing property. Okay, we're gonna head over to the garage, the backyard, and see what they have to offer. See y'all down there. All right, so we're gonna be heading over to the backyard. Now I wanna say they have 40 and 50-foot lots available. So you are gonna have a ton of space in the backyard. I know a lot of the builders these days are doing anywhere from 110 feet deep to 120 feet deep. So you are gonna have a lot of yard space in the back as well too. So if you have a dog, you got a pet, and they love to be outside, you definitely wanna take a look at this community. Like, look at the sun right now. Like, if y'all can see my skin, I know my skin is glowing. Look at my skin. Look at my skin. It's glowing, ain't it? All right, let's get back to the tour. Let me not get y'all sidetracked, all right? All right. Had to take a selfie. Look at my skin though. Look at the skin. If you're new to the channel, most times during my home tours, I like to sit down and have a little bit of like one-on-one with you, just to like let you know what's in the area as well too, what to expect whenever you're looking at moving to McKinney. So I'll keep it pretty brief. And then if there's any questions or anything like that, leave them down in the comments. And I'll try and start incorporating a lot of those questions into my daily script or my home tour script. So I answer a lot of those frequently asked questions. But as far as food, groceries, shopping, McKinney in general is gonna have everything that you're looking for. But where East Ridge is located, you are going to drive a little distance. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. You are gonna drive a little bit of distance. But once you get into the actual city of McKinney, then you're gonna be okay. You're gonna have a lot of access to different shopping areas and things like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop a picture of where East Ridge is at on the map so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this community is in the city limits of Princeton. Hear me right. It's in the city limits of Princeton, but that should not scare you. You are still going to be zoned to McKinney ISD, and you're still going to be kind of named McKinney, Texas. So you're still gonna be in McKinney. You're paying Princeton prices, which is good, but you're in McKinney and you're zoned to McKinney ISD. So if you're somebody who's, looking at school district, and school district is very important, you will be okay in this specific community. Another group of people I also want to target is investors. I know Trophy does not sell to investors, but I think Meritage does. So if you're an investor, at least one of the biggest key components that my dad has always taught me. My dad, he's a real estate broker out in Houston, Texas. He told me that whenever he looks at purchasing investment properties, he always looks at which area has a good school district, because that's the market that you're going to be targeting. Most people that are buying homes are going to be people that are mother and father and maybe a boy, two boys, or a daughter, whatever the case may be. They have kids. So whenever those people think about buying a house, what do they think about? They think about the school that they're going to be moving into, just like how I'm showing you guys this area and everything that it has to offer. School district, I know, is very important to a lot of people, because we don't want kids being, brought up in an area that, it's not great. So that's that. On that note, we're also going to talk about the realignment as far as districts go. Now, it actually I think it takes into effect this year, this fall 2024. The McKinney ISD is going to be realigned as far as district goes. So for those that don't know, in Texas, we take sports very, very, very seriously. I played sports when I was in high school. I went to school down in Houston. I went to a private school. I played football, basketball. I did track. I did discus, shot put. I did all the big man stuff that you can do. I did it. And I've experienced Texas sports. And when it comes to Texas, if you're moving from out of state, be prepared to be all about sports as well, too. Even just thinking about that, too, just taking a trip back memory lane. When I was playing in high school, I went to a small private school. I went to Westbury Christian, which was coached by Charlie Ward, who was a Heisman Trophy winner over at Florida State. And, our depth chart wasn't that big. Our depth chart was 50 students, maybe 60. And, out of those 50, how many can actually play for real? So with me, I ended up having to play both sides of the ball because we didn't have enough people. It's not like my skills were just that good, like I'm a Travis Hunter, and I'm able to play both sides. So, it was just that, hey, we need more bodies, we need good bodies, and, I was one of them. So I played O-line, so I played center, I played tackle, I played all the positions on the line. And then on the other side of the ball, I played linebacker. Inside linebacker, I was not that fast. I probably ran like a 4.8 tops. I've seen linebackers now running like 4.4s now. Going back to what I was saying about, districts or 4A and 5A or 6A, all those are ranked by size, because the more students you have, the more depth you have, the more chance of, good competition that you have amongst that school, which means that you have better starters on that specific team. So if you have a 6A, you're probably going to do a lot better than a school that has 4A, because they don't have as much students to pull from. That makes sense. So I know McKinney Boyd and McKinney High are going to be 6A for all three sports. So football, basketball, and volleyball, they're going to be 6A, which means they're going to be competing with Allen and Plano. Now, if you don't know, those are probably one of the bigger powerhouse schools in Dallas. If you don't know and you watch football, Kyler Murray, which is probably the GOAT of high school football, graduated from Allen High School. Johnny Manziel even, admitted as well too that, Kyler Murray is probably the best to ever play in Dallas football, in Texas football, and he went to Allen High School. So Allen High School, they have a reputable program. So if you plan on going to McKinney High or McKinney Boyd, be prepared for some competition this year. Now, compared to McKinney North is different. McKinney North, they're 5A, and yeah, they're going to be playing 5A. So if you're looking at this specific community and you want to be within Trophy Homes, you are going to be zoned to McKinney North, which means you're going to be going 5A. Okay, just want to be sure that y'all know kind of how that works. Now, I'm not saying that 5A is bad, not saying that 6A is better. Actually, 6A is a little bit better. They have a lot more talent, but you can still dominate your district as well too, with whatever school that you're at. I think it probably makes sense. Maybe JV years, you probably stay in 5A school, and once your kid is ready, or once you feel like you're ready and able to move up to a bigger school and compete with the bigger guys, then go ahead and do that. Down in Houston, we had Katy. Katy was the school that used to run through everybody. They had the big people was playing in Katy. So, I feel like that's probably the same way here in Dallas as well too, is that, when you look at Allen, Texas, like even just looking at their whole football facility, it's top tier, better than a lot of college campuses, a lot of college equipment, fitness rooms. So when you're looking at sports, make sure you pay attention to that as well too. Moving over to pricing, if you're looking at purchasing a trophy home here in East Ridge, now most of their prices are going to range anywhere from $320 to about $540, depending on the type of floor plan you get and the size of the lot as well too. So if you're going with a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, so let's say something around 1,400 square feet, be prepared to pay something around maybe $330, $340. So that's how much you're going to pay. But if you're looking at a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, of course you're going to go up into the larger lots, and then the price is going to be a little bit higher. As far as incentives go, their incentives are actually changing every now and then, even their pricing as well too. It changes pretty often. I had a client, this client that I had that just went on a contract. They were looking at the 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom plan, and at the time they wanted to contract on it, I want to say when we first started talking about it, it was at $360. And then the time that we were ready to contract on the property, it had jumped up to $380 for whatever reason. Honestly, I don't even know why it jumped up that much, but based on the demand and how much homes that they sold, because I was talking with the sales consultant before I started shooting this video, and he was telling me that, like last month they sold 21 homes. And whenever leadership sees something like that, it's like, okay, well, a lot of people are buying, a lot of people are going on a contract, supply and demand, let's raise the prices. So that was part of what went into them raising the price, because a lot of people are jumping back into the market right now. A lot of people will look at realtors and say, oh, realtors always say it's a great time to buy, but honestly, it is a great time to buy right now. Like, I'm not even playing, like, it is a good time to buy. So if this is something that you're interested in, at least just what I usually tell a lot of people, what I really tell my friends too, just get something. Like, it's not gonna have everything that you want. The house that I have right now wasn't everything that I want when I first bought a house, but I knew, okay, at the end of the day, after 2 years, I'm gonna end up renting this property out and go find another property, later on in the future. And so that's still my plan. So you can still do that in your first house as well too. Always remember, your first house is not gonna be your dream house. So if you have plans on moving into a big house, you're moving up to Prosper, Salina, of those kinds, unless you're just making the income to afford those properties, you're gonna have to strategically
slow down.
You're gonna have to strategically get yourself there. And what a lot of people do is by using real estate. So buying a property, selling it, go buy something else. 1031 exchange. There's a whole bunch of different ways for you to invest your money properly and still go and scale up to get a bigger house that you and your family can afford. Because it's one thing to afford the property, it's one thing to get a pre-approval for $1 million, but it's another thing to keep up with that monthly payment. I don't want to be representing somebody who is not going to be able to make that payment, and now I have to help them sell their house. I don't want that. I want you to hold on to that property for as long as you can, pass it down to your kids like my parents have done for me and my siblings as well too. So that's all I have to say for today. I don't think there's anything much left to say. We're at the end of the video right now, so I'm gonna say peace out to you guys. Hopefully y'all liked this video, y'all like this content, y'all like this sit down content, little one-on-one conversation, just to kind of get to know me a little bit more, but then also know a little bit more about the community and where you're about to move into, because it's not just about the house that you're moving into, it's also the community, like who is around here that you'll be able to connect with, what type of friends you want to make. All those things are the intangible things that you can't see behind the price of a home or finishes of a home. You have to get in and feel the community and see, is this a community for me? I have a client, 32-year-old single girl. She had a budget that she wanted to stay in there as well too. I think she wanted to stay around $3,000 a month. Gonna stay there for a couple of years, over 4 or 5 years. She planned on staying there. She wants to be at least somewhere close to the city. But she can make the drive. She works remotely. And so we looked at a couple of different communities. We looked up in Aubrey. We looked over here in McKinney. I took her over here to these same community that I just showed y'all here. I took her here as well too. She liked the builds, but it was just the distance was too far for her. And just kind of talking to her a little bit more, understanding like what is she looking for out of a community, I was able to tell her, oh yeah, this is where you need to go. You need to go down to this community. And turns out she likes it a lot. She's so excited every week. I'm telling you, I could pull up a text message right now. I think she texted me today too. Every week, I'm telling you, she goes every week on Sunday right after church. She goes to the construction site. She takes a look at her home. She walks it, makes sure everything looks good. She's so excited about that house, and that's the exact feeling that I want for all of my clients as well too. Is that once I understand exactly what you're looking for, I'm going to do the best I can to find the community that works best for what you're looking for. Anything you tell me, I'm going to look and see, okay, what community really fits what they're looking for the price that they want, for the style that they want. And that's the challenging part about being a realtor too, and having to break it down to people that, hey, yes, you're making great money, but the way the market is right now, you probably can't do this type of house. You probably have to settle for this type of house, at least for right now. And then later on, we can start working on leveling up to the next house. The house my parents bought when they first moved here to the States it wasn't a big house. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, maybe 1,200 square feet. Then they leveled up, I want to say maybe by the time I was in 3rd grade, 4th grade, they bought their house in Sugar Land. 4-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 2.5, 3-bathroom. Why don't I know this?
Embarrassing. Should have stayed home.
So they bought a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bathroom in Sugar Land. And then now they have a crazy house, maybe 5, 6 bedrooms now. Why they need that much space, I don't know. But, we saw a really good deal. And because they've invested, because they're in real estate, because they're actively in real estate and investing, they were able to scale up and get a house that size. And so that's the same type of sequence I want for all my clients as well too. Or even all my followers, subscribers, like you, like I want that for you as well too, not just my clients. I want people to be able to have something to pass down to their kids as well too, because, even me being able to sit down here and talk to you guys is a blessing. It's part of what my parents have sacrificed for, years before I've stepped foot in the real estate. Before, I was doing engineering. Like most of you know, if you're a new subscriber, I was a mechanical engineer before. I was working for a defense contractor. I was in supply chain, had a mechanical engineering degree, had tons of experience as internships, and had 3 offers coming out of college. When I started working for a defense contractor, worked in supply chain, and then got into program management, hated program management. And then, during that time, during my professional career, I was always trying something entrepreneurial on the side, It was in my blood. My parents was that way, my dad is that way. So maybe it was just in my blood to go and find something else and try and make something work. So high school, I was the guy that was, selling donuts, selling candy. I had a fanny pack where I was, selling all my candy out of. That's where I was, taking all the money, keeping it there, giving the change. I'll go to Sam's Club, I'll reinvest my profit back into my business, get some more inventory, get some sales. So I was that type of person always, even going to college, college had a good time, college had a good time, but, I didn't like being on that consumer end. I wanted to be the one throwing the parties. So whenever we're doing parties, we're doing pre-sales. We're paying for the DJ with the pre-sale money. We're paying for the venue with the pre-sale money. And then everything at the door is just profit. That's the type of mindset that we had in college, which is crazy. So now just coming out into the real world, it's just bigger scale. I've always been interested in entrepreneur stuff, anywhere from, trucking, cryptocurrency, online, e-commerce. I tried so many different things that ended up not panning out. But, I just kind of wanted to, all right, so I'm back in the car. As you can see, my device had a little bit of a malfunction. But maybe that's a sign. Maybe it's time to end the video. But let me know what y'all thought down in the comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And hope y'all have a good week. Peace.